Is that right? So what is it like? Something in mind that makes sense.
Very proud of it. We certainly appreciate the opportunity to show it off whenever we can. My name is Joe Dank. I'm the general manager of WATN and WLMT. And we're excited to have you here tonight. We've launched an initiative this year to recognize the 150th year of the city of Bartlett. It's taken many forms in terms of some on-air issues and some other things online and in our newscasts. So we're excited about that, and we're pleased that the people who are here tonight are such supporters of the community. Some of our good friends that we've made since we've gotten here to the community and really gave us the idea and helped support and get this off the ground. We have a special guest of our own here tonight. I'd like to introduce him at this time. Brian Jones is the Senior Vice President and Co-COO of NetStar Broadcasting Group. And Brian is right here. Brian, great to have you. As I said, we have some partners and supporters, and one of the first people I met when I did get to town was John, and he said, hey, I'll take you around the market, and I'll tell you about the market. And so we drove around for about 3.5 hours, and I learned a lot of stuff. Anybody who knows him knows if you spend 3.5 hours with him, you're going to learn some stuff. So we certainly did, but that's kind of where we got this initial idea. We said, let's see if we can't do something about the on television and create some sponsorship opportunities as well. And so that's kind of where the inspiration came from. So John, I'd like to call on you to say a couple of brief remarks. We don't have 3.5 hours.
Okay. Brief. I'll make it brief. High five. Okay, a little bit more than that. Okay. Well, I just want to thank y'all for taking the time this little warm afternoon to come out and show your support for the city of Bartlett and the Chamber for Channel 24. I don't know how many of you actually knew that Channel 24 was here in this park and very close to Bartlett. But Joe, I've gotten to know Joe a little bit, and yeah, 3.5 hours, I learned a lot about Joe too. And after about the first hour, we were talking, ways that we wouldn't talk right now. But Joe came down from Wisconsin. You didn't know it was going to be your biography, did you? Joe came down from Wisconsin. He is a cheesehead, and he's somewhat proud of that. And there's another very distinguished member of our Chamber of Commerce who's also from Wisconsin, and that's Craig Israel, which many of you know. And so Craig and Joe, y'all talked, and I know y'all grew up about
About 7 miles from each other.
7 miles.
That's Milwaukee, yeah.
Small world, isn't it? Small world. But anyway, I'm gonna save all the words here for the mayor because I don't know what he's gonna say, but I don't want to say anything he's gonna say because I don't want to steal his thunder. But Bartlett, 150th anniversary. We made it this far. We'll make it another 150 years. I'm sure of that, unless something blows up or something. And the 10th largest city in the state of Tennessee. You know, when I was growing up in that era, nobody even knew who Bartlett was, where it was, or anything else. It was just a small little hamlet that had less than 1,200 people. And now you look at a city of 60,000 and growing. And with the medical device industry, which is at the epicenter of Bartlett, and we got Roy Smith back there, who's executive director of the medical device industry of the council. A lot of good things are happening in this area, and it takes a team, it takes everybody to come together to make it happen. And the Chamber of Commerce is one of those entities that hopefully can help make this community a better place, and we're just trying to do our part. And it takes great leadership. Mayor McDonald is probably one of the best mayors that you have in the city of the state of Tennessee. So at that, I'm going to let you introduce it, and then I'll get on board.
Thank you, John. is our pleasure tonight to have the Mayor of Bartlett here. Mr. Mayor, we'd like to call on you to make a few remarks. The Mayor of Bartlett, Mr. Keith McDonough.
Not quite as tall. Somebody has their tall shoes on tonight. It is great to be here. Thanks to the Chamber for working towards this. I know this has been in the works for some time, and it is good to be able to be in the belly of the beast to see where the sausage is being made. You know, we look at the TV and we're watching as viewers who've never actually been inside of studios. So many of the folks, they really have great images, and that's the job, is to make it look that big. But you guys are doing a wonderful job bringing a couple of stations, but at least 24, and you have a sister station here as well, bringing a couple of stations somewhat back to life. And so I'm really proud of what you're doing in that regard. That means more jobs, more revenue in the community. It's good for everybody when you all are doing well. I always hope that you'll be giving really good news as well as the bad news, because sometimes there is some of that too. But we like to accentuate the positives, and by looking at 150 years of activity, and you think back to really what we had in 1866 was a road made of boards, and they charged you to ride on that stage road, and that was it. And we've gone from that to a barroom saloon town to a very restrictive conservative community, and a lot of iterations in between. And as you all, I hope, will grow, so will Bartlett and this end of the county. We still believe we're in the right place at the right time. I believed that when I got involved almost 40 years ago with the Chamber of Commerce. I believe it today after 14 years of being the mayor. We've seen the growth. We've seen us go from 500 people in the 70s to 60,000 now. And as was said, we're still growing. The best, I still believe, is still ahead of us. The fact that we now have our own schools back. We had schools, it's not our first time to have schools, we have our schools back. We're seeing some real positive impact of that with people choosing to move into Bartlett for the next generations. I'm blessed to have 3 generations of my family in Bartlett. And many families are multi-generational. We believe that will only continue to grow now that we provide all of the services that our citizens need. So I'm thankful to have some of my staff here with me, Debbie Gelano and Mark Brown. And then our county trustee is here, David Lenore. You can't miss him. He doesn't have any tall shoes on. He's actually tall. And it's good to be with you all, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much, Mayor. You made a comment I think was important, and it stuck in my mind, accentuate the positive, and that's one of the purposes of the initiative that we came up with. You know, you take these opportunities when you come into markets to look for an opportunity such as a 150th anniversary, and we started to talk about what kind of things we could do that could put the community in a different light and give some put a spotlight on it, frankly, and we know we have that opportunity. We take that seriously on a regular basis, but serving our local communities is something that Nexstar Broadcasting and we all here in Memphis at this operation are passionate about. To the extent that, as you see, I mean, when we took over this station, we named it Local 24. So serving the local communities in distinct and unique ways, and then creating content that serves the interests of the people in those communities, and then create some opportunities for advertisers as well to take advantage of that. So all of that, those goals of ours are really represented well here in this particular initiative. And so we're happy to do that. We're happy to celebrate it here tonight. We've alluded to it in many different ways, and we had 2 prime significant partners here in the business community step up and sponsor become title sponsors of the initiative, and they are Olympus and Brother. And so they stepped up early on and were very supportive of the effort, and that allowed us to continue to acquire and to produce some of the materials here. They unfortunately were, just prevented by their schedules from being here tonight. I would have loved to have both of them here. And we were playing dates for a long time, trying to get everybody in the room. So we did fairly well, but we missed those two. But the beauty of television is we know how to tape it, and we know how to put on people on TV, right? So really, Olympus and Brother is represented here tonight. These are pieces that are running as part of their sponsorship, and these are their corporate spokesmen talking about how important Bartlett is to their business, and they're observing the 150th as well. So if we roll the tape, please, buddy.
On behalf of Olympus Surgical Technologies America, congratulations to Bartlett on your 150th anniversary. Thank you for all the local talent and support throughout the years. Olympus is excited to continue helping Bartlett grow and thrive as we expand our medical device services and bring more jobs to the area. Cheers to the future of Bartlett.
Brother International Corporation made a strategic decision to locate its North American distribution center in Bartlett, Tennessee. On behalf of Brother, I would like to wish the city of Bartlett congratulations on its 150th anniversary celebration.
So those two firms stepped up and helped make one of these. Doesn't have to be that good. Golf class. Basketball, football class, we'll take that, right? We're thrilled that those guys were able to participate. Now, the other element of their sponsorship campaign was to support the production and telecast of historical vignettes. And we had meetings with folks from the city and the chamber going back. I think the first meeting might have been November, December. Debbie and I were talking about that earlier this evening. And we started to develop topics. And so we agreed to produce 6 30-second vignettes that now will run from, they've been running for about 30 days. They're going to run through the end of the year. We picked 3 of them, and I'd like to show you a reel now that just has 3 of the 6 vignettes that are rolling, playing back to back. So again, buddy, roll it.
Local 24 celebrates Bartlett's 150th anniversary.
Everyone can enjoy the outdoors in Bartlett. Take advantage of the city parks, a golf course, a splash park, and many trails. Nesbitt Park has over 300 acres of parkland dedicated to public use. Check out the walking and hiking trails, mountain bike trails, a swimming pool, multi-purpose fields, and 24 sports-specific fields.
Bartlett's 150th celebration is brought to you by Olympus and Brother. Local 24 celebrates Bartlett's 150th anniversary.
What's now called Bartlett started as a stagecoach stop. Gradually, more and more homes were built, including the Manor House at Davies Plantation, Gotton House, and Cedar Hall. Agriculture was the principal industry, with soybeans, cotton, and flowers being the major crops. Incorporated in 1866, Bartlett is now the 10th largest city in Tennessee.
Bartlett's 150th celebration is brought to you by Olympus and Brother. Local 24 celebrates Bartlett's 150th anniversary.
A great place to live and raise a family. Bartlett provides metropolitan amenities in a small-town environment. With its own hospital, police and fire department, city services, parks, recreation center, and school district, Bartlett provides its residents with everything needed for a comfortable lifestyle.
Bartlett's 150th celebration is brought to you by Olympus and Brother.
So that's half of them. There's 3 more. They're done. They're ready to go on the air, and they'll go on next week. So again, very excited and pleased with that portion of the campaign. Now there's other elements as well, and some of that started when we had a quiet group early on, be part of our local morning program called Local Memphis Live. We're going to have some special news content during the remainder of the year where we'll focus on some issues related to the community. And then the final element is that we've made a special package, again with John's assistance, we developed an advertising package that we made exclusively available to members of the Bartlett Chamber. So, and some of the people that have participated in that, we're thrilled that they're here tonight as well. So, it's been a fun campaign to put together. This was kind of going to be a culminating portion of it here tonight. We know that the people here in this room today really love and support this community. We're happy to count ourselves among them. We thank you for coming here tonight. There is a live TV show going to go on in the studio for the next 30 minutes, so you can kind of peek in from and look at it through the window and see what it looks like that way. It's also going to magically appear on these TVs in a moment. Take a look at it there as well. And there's plenty of food and beverage, and we invite you to stay through the newscast, certainly, and if you wanted to, after the newscast, we could take you on a tour of the studio. So we thank you for spending part of your day.
Two of our Olympus people just walked in.
Timing is everything. Well done. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.